This is being recorded esoterically by the Hoover-Reagan Fedoran fiduciary responsibilists. Liberty Mutual. They're from Liberty Mutual. That's who you should go to. I know somebody at Liberty Mutual. Brian, you could get a job there. You could evaluate their insurance policies. Responsibility. You'd be the perfect guy. The responsibility commercial. They'd focus in on your face and they'd say, responsibility. What's your policy?
All right. Tell me the story.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Now keep in mind, this is going to somehow...
So I was coaching. I am keeping in mind what we're talking about.
Right.
So I was coaching A. And it was nice. It was fine. It was friendly stuff. Then that ended and it was fine. And that was kind of okay, sort of. Yes.
Was he the client, your regular client?
No. Thank fucking God. Thank fucking God.
Okay, so anyway,
he was my client, but he was not the client. The client who shall go unnamed because of privacy restrictions in my non-compete.
Because he is
did you have a non-compete with the people who are firing you?
Yes, I did.
Let's start selling solar panels right from this apartment. We'll sell them here. We'll open the window and we'll just ship them. We'll ship them straight down.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
People can pull up in their cars and we can just shoot them out the window.
They fell off the back of a lorry, we'll tell them.
Yeah. All right, so back to the phone.
So he was my client, and he was fine and stopped being my client, but I knew him because of this like potluck thing.
Yeah.
So, and then they have this space that's like not any one of them. It's like they have a foundation and a 51c3 and a Acts 215 and they have all kinds of Resolution 242 and they have it all. They have it all going. But he lives underneath. Underground.
In Middle Earth?
Underground. This is underground. This is in the crypt.
Okay.
And he sleeps with the dead.
Great.
He sleeps with the dead because he used to be Ugandan. And you know what happens in Uganda?
I heard them on the news recently.
They were, but never mind. We're not going to go into that.
Anyway.
Who is this about? Anyhow.
It's about you.
I am so glad.
All right. What does this have to do with your cell phone?
Well, I had my cell phone with me. It needed to be charged. I put it in the wall to charge it.
This is when I called you when the phone died, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Shortly thereafter.
All right.
In real time.
Yeah.
So, I was there because it used to be that it was when it was, and when it was yesterday. But it turns out that when it was is no longer.
What do you mean?
Well, now it's today.
Explain.
Well, they moved it from then to then.
They moved the phone?
They moved. You're way behind, Brian.
All right.
Brian, if you want a job, we're going to have to take a deep breath. No, you have to take a deep breath. That's good. That's good. Good. Now we're going to take another one. We're going to do 3. The next one we're going to do Om. Now you will see your long-lost great-grandfather in the crypt below with my phone because I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
But since things had been changed, I was waiting for nothing that was going to happen.
What are you talking
because it's now going to happen at a different time. So I was at the old time when we were in the new age. If you know what I mean.
I have no idea.
That's good. That's good because I'll explain it to you.
All right.
The old time was yesterday. The new time is today. But we were in yesterday's time today. And that's always like it's like ships passing in the night.
But what about your phone?
My phone was plugged in, as I told you.
So problem solved. It was plugged in, right?
It was plugged in, yes, but that's what I thought. Problem solved. I'll leave here with a plugged in, charged up, ejaculative phone.
But that was not to be.
But that was what was not.
Okay.
What was and wasn't, because it isn't now, was that he came in and informed me that the old time was now the new time and I was way beyond and behind.
Meaning what?
Meaning I was there at the wrong time.
So therefore,
since it's been uncomfortable since he yelled at me that morning and took away my cup of tea as I was sitting there at 4 a.m.
He took away your cup of tea?
He took away my cup of tea and I'm unable to let it go or to step on it. I could step on it. We could step on it. But we don't want to go that fast. We want to take a deep breath.
Right. Am I to understand that...
Yes, you are to understand. You're to understand. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, quick.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh, no. You have to take a deep breath first. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Am I to understand that you outstayed your welcome with this guy?
I did.
I'm shocked.
You're shocked. I'm awed that you're shocked.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You were staying in his basement with him.
No. You don't have this straight. You've got it crooked.
All right.
Let's take a deep breath.
You were there at this place.
I was there at this place. But not in the basement. I would never go into the basement anymore.
So you thought you could stay till X time, but really he wanted you to be out before X time, right?
Essentially.
Okay, so he takes your tea away. He's implying vigorously.
He was more than implying. He said, "Get the fuck out of here."
I bet that wasn't the first time you've heard someone say that to you.
Oh, that was the first and only. I am a gentle, fragile spirit.
Your mind is a fragile ecosystem, is what you're saying.
The fragile ecosystem.
All right, so anyway, then what happened?
So then I decided I was going to punish him by not being his friend. So I'm not his friend.
What does this have to do with the phone?
Well, when he came in and showed up, and was perfectly nice because he didn't know my plan, but he did tell me that I was there the old time when no one had told me, but I didn't take it personally.
Okay. What about the phone?
The phone was still plugged in.
But you said earlier that this story revolves...
It does. We're getting to that. We're getting to that. Let's take a deep breath. I hope you get this new job. Because you need a job. Solar panels are passé. They're yesterday. They're so yesterday. We're going to enter into a partnership and sell geothermal. Geothermal. Have you heard anybody selling geothermal around here? The market's wide open for geothermal.
All right, back to the story.
Back to the story. So my phone was there. He turned up. I was there. He was there. I was uncomfortable. He said, "How are you?" And I said, "Fine, how are you?" and that was all I had to say to him. So I wanted to get out of there as soon as I found out that I was sitting there with him and that no one else was going to be there to help kind of...
Now, at the time, you had no car and no place to live, right?
No, that's way back when the original thing happened. We're talking about yesterday.
Okay, so these are two different time periods.
Two different time periods, and there's another time period besides.
All right, let's focus on the phone, because that's...
Okay, for the phone. You're here for the phone. I'm here for you.
Right.
So that means I'm here for the phone.
All right, what happened with the phone?
The phone was plugged in. Nothing happened with it.
Okay, you've already said that.
I did. That's why I was a little bit surprised that you were asking again.
You implied that one of the reasons that you couldn't get back in touch
Exactly.
was something about your
Yes, because I left it there.
You left and left the phone there.
Yes.
So it was uncomfortable going back and getting it.
Yes.
Please tell me what happened when you went back.
Well, he wasn't there, and it was open, and I got it, and it was no problem.
I thought you said this was a really interesting story.
Well, with really boring people, really interesting stories are surprisingly boring.
Okay. All right,
Oh, God, take a deep breath.
so that ends...
Let's take a deep breath.
So that ends the phone story.
It does.
Okay, so...
Oh, good.
Are you currently friends with this guy?
No.
Okay.
No.
Plan on seeing him?
No. Yes.
Why?
Because he comes to this thing that I explained to you, the potluck. He's there, and he's been in there a number of times where I've just said, hello, fine, how are you? But last night it was just me and him, and once you get behind the fine, how are you, there isn't much to say, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to act nice.
Where were you when you were hanging out with this guy yesterday?
In the kitchen.
And he took your tea away.
No, not yesterday. He took my tea away a year ago, but I'm still holding it against him. Don't you get it? I can't put him down.
How did you...
It's like that Zen story about the monk with the old monk and the young monk. You know those two monks?
No.
They were crossing the river, and there was this beautiful woman there who couldn't cross the river. And the old monk carried her across. Mm-hmm. And they kept going.
Okay.
They kept going, the old monk and the young monk. And the young monk got so angry and mad. Finally, he had to stop in the middle of the road. And he said to the old monk, don't you know in our tradition, it's verboten? It's Zen verboten. Zen verboten.
To do what?
To touch women.
That sounds boring.
That's Zen verboten to touch. And you know what the old monk said to him?
What?
He said, are you still carrying her? I put her down on the other side of the river.
That doesn't sound like a very funny story.
I'm not taking this personally.
All
I'm
right,
not taking this personally.
This guy who we're not going to name...
We aren't. We won't name him.
3 cups of tea minus 1.
3 cups of tea in Afghanistan, Waziristan, maybe.
Okay, so he took the tea away.
He took the tea away.
Because he wanted you out.
He told me to get out.
How did he say get out?
I said, get the fuck out.
Why did he say that?
Because, well, he thought I was making too much noise above him.
Were you?
No.
I doubt it was that simple.
You doubt my veracity?
Mm-hmm.
My veracity is boundless. It's true. I would kid you not. You might be shocked or awed or autistic. Mm-hmm. But never mind. The Holocene is ending.
But the Holocide is beginning.
The Holocide is beginning, and we're in the transition. The Hansen, transit, trance, transition.
wanted to give you a note for today's video.
Yes.
You've been circling around the stupa for a couple
Circling
couple
around the
years now.
stupa. Uh-oh. I've got to, wait a second, I have to shore up my fragile ego because I think I might hear something I don't want to hear and I want to be ready for it. So let me just take a deep breath before we go any further.
All right. I'm just saying the path around the stupa is very well worn, and maybe you could explore other paths.
Other paths.
Yes.
You mean other paths that might be less boring to you?
Maybe paths. Maybe paths that you haven't recorded 70 or 80 times already.
70 or 80 times. I'm just getting started. You have to do it 10,000 times before you become an expert.
So repetition is big with your theology.
Big. You circle around the stupa again and again and again, and it's like the same thing.
All right. Well,
for some people, it's the same thing. And it's like the same old, and it's like your shtick.
I want to ask you.
Whoa. Please, don't pull the cord. You're going to screw things up. I do not want you to screw things up. I thought you were helping me.
I'm going to pull the plug on you.
Pull the plug anytime.
My dream is to pull the plug
Oh, well, you'll just see.
Question for you.
Yes.
We haven't videoed in a while.
Yes.
Has there been any other, or have there been any other exciting events since the last time we recorded? Besides the tea incident that we just spoke about.
Well, I could tell you that in Charlestown, West Virginia, they've stopped making Charlestown chews. And now they're just making licorice smell. Everything smells like licorice there.
Oh, because of the water.
MCHM. Drink your Fukushima Kool-Aid. That's what they're doing. The local Fukushima Kool-Aid. Yep. Did you know that Freedom Industries went bankrupt and they got sold to TEPCO? And now TEPCO is going to come in and remediate just like they have at Fukushima.
That's great.
It's great.
But with a name like Freedom Industries, it sounds like they would be a great heralder of
industrialists. There's lots of cock industrialists there.
Koch industrialists?
Yeah.
What's
K-O-C-H. The Koch brothers.
Well, I think it's pronounced
You can pronounce it the way you want, but it's pronounced cock up in here. Okay. And they can't get it up. They can't get it up. David or Chuck, even with Viagra, I hear. They're, if you know what I mean, they're behind Hillary.
Oh, really?
Yep, they're behind Hillary and Murdoch. Hillary and Murdoch.
That's great.
And Rebecca Brooks.
Who's Rebecca Brooks?
Rebecca Brooks was fucking Andrew Coulson.
Who's Andrew Coulson?
Oh my God, you don't know who Andrew Coulson Cameron was?
No.
Blair, the Blair Witch Factory. You haven't heard of the Blair Witch Factory conundrum?
Is this,
it's the Voynich conundrum.
Is this relation?
The Voynich conundrum.
Is this a relation to Kurt Cameron by any chance?
Kurt Cameron, Kurt Cobain, you mean? Kurt Cobain, Nirvana, that's where he is. Mm-hmm. He's in Nirvana now. So. And I personally bought Freedom Industries, and now we call it Free Associated.
So you're buying
just to keep the same clientele
for
our licorice. We sell licorice smell.
You're opening up a licorice factory in West Virginia.
We're making liqueurs and liquor. Never mind. I won't even go there.
Babies and pregnant women shouldn't try out the licorice.
Oh, they should have it.
I thought it wasn't safe.
It's the thalidomide of our age.
What's a little thalidomide here and there?
What is a little?
And
It's
how
the
about
it's the cock theosophists
in your life?
in my life.
What's been happening in your life?
Well, I'm grateful.
For what?
I'm grateful to have a place to live.
Yes, you do.
I
We're
do.
videotaping from here right now, actually.
Videotaping as we speak from the penthouse view. We could pan. We could pan to all over Cambridge.
There it is. There's Cambridge. Okay.
All right.
All right. Now, so
So I have that, and I have an I TPP.
still
Same one.
you have the same TP.
7 years. 7 years. It'll be in March.
How's that going?
That's actually, knock on wood,
Been going good. That's good.
it's been going good. She's away. She knows when to get away.
Yeah, she went to some conference or something, some dance off or something.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good. How come you didn't go with her?
Why would I go with her?
Support.
No, it's her scene.
It's not your
She's
scene.
doing it. It's not my scene.
All right. What if she hired you as her manager and she wanted you to go with her to home?
She'd be a fool. She'd be a fool to hire me as her manager because she can get me for nothing. And she does.
All right.
I'm free. And I own Freedom Associates.
So what are you planning to do?
We just known internally as Free Associating.
So what do you plan to do with your newfound industrial fame?
Well, I'm going to stop climate change.
How? I thought it's unstoppable. The holocide is happening.
The holocide is happening. Well put. Well put. The cryosphere is collapsing.
Yes.
And collectively, unconsciously, we eukaryotic, semi-sapient 99%, we're complicit with the cocksuckers.
Are you complicit?
I am. And I apologize. I would like this to go in the time capsule that at least some person on behalf of the whole species was apologizing. In our herbal administration, I will be the great decider, and I'm going to decide to apologize.
To whom?
To all our cohort species of the Holocene. The soon-to-be post-Holocene is coming.
What's the post-Holocene going to be like?
It's going to be Neo-Permian.
Is it going to be warm?
It's going to be hot. And there's going to be a lot of hotties around. But it's going to be a low-T world, if you know what I mean.
Low T.
Low T.
Now you have low T, right?
Low T is blow T.
You have low T, right?
Low T is whoa T.
Okay.
It's
So, what would it be like if we were living in the post-Holocene?
in the post-Holocene, there would be low T. And everybody would be walking around unteed up, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
It'd be really beige. It'd be very vanilla.
Well, the governments of this world are...
It'd be very vanilla.
The governments of this world are working vigorously to stop the holocide from happening, right?
The Virasolo algebra that they're doing for threat assessment, it's not working. In our herbal administration, we're going to do it different.
Explain.
Herbie for precedent. Let me just say that.
You didn't win the last
Herbie for precedent.
We already tried this in 2000.
We're going to try it again. Sometimes it doesn't work the first time. That's why you circle around the stupa. Because it's important. You have to tell the story. And it's only like there's a sliver of the chance that the Holocene could be saved. And you know how?
I asked you last time.
You know
said
how?
There's nothing we could do.
There's a sliver of a chance.
What?
Elect me president.
Well,
It's that sliverous. It's that sliverous.
Then I assure you.
You should have some slivovich.
Then I assure you we are all...
You should have some slivovich.
Do your neighbors here complain that you're too loud?
They're all hard of hearing. What do you mean? That's the best part of it. You can rant and you can rave till you're Roundup ready.
Roundup ready, that's where it's at.
Roundup ready. And then superweed comes. Superweed. Roundup ready, superweed.
Are you going to try some?
Roundup ready? I don't know. They say it's just the thing for low T.
Weed. Or superweed.
Superweed.
Okay.
But I don't know. It could be wrong. It could be that we're in a boom and bust, business as usual, Bardo.
Do you feel like you're in a Bardo state right now?
I think there's some cosmic microwave background, and I don't have my tinfoil hat with me to channel it. You've got to channel the rage.